Hi guys, it's Emily from Nobel Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my reading catch-up September week 3 and great books because this month has got to be going up as one of the best reading months ever. I'm obviously listening to what I've learned, and if I don't like a book, I'm putting it down. There is one book that I've DNF one book already this month. There's one book I'm still debating whether I am going to DNF, and unfortunately it was one of the ones I did try a chapter on. But it's looking really big and I just don't know. So I'm going to do a little bit of reading, a little bit more of it when I start it and then go from there. But it's been busy. I'm sure. Thank you guys for those of you that watched the Henley vlog. It's been making Chris really smile because we had so much fun. And I'll obviously talk about this a little bit at the end. But yeah, all of you that watched that, seriously, it's made his little face light up when he see that people liked watching that. So what am I currently reading? I am currently reading Wild by Kristin Hannah, which is my buddy read with one of my lovely subscribers, Lorraine, who I absolutely love. This was recommended to me by the lovely Olivia from Olivia's Catastrophe, and she actually met Kristin Hannah yesterday, so I was well happy. But it's going to take a bit longer to read. I think it's like a 7 or 8 day read, so I will be finishing this next week, or sort of, you know what I mean. But it's about basically sort of a girl who literally comes out of the wild and is found. She doesn't talk, she doesn't do lots of different things, and there are these two sisters that are trying to find out what's happened to her, trying to get the gist of it. One of the sisters, Ellie, is the police constable in the area, and then there is a child psychologist, Julia Cates, who's her sister, and she's basically had problems right at the start of the book. She found out there was this case that literally could have destroyed her career, and really bad. And basically Julia gets offered by Ellie to come home and find out more about this girl, Wild. This girl, and it's really interesting. It's lovely to see the family dynamics. It's lovely to see the community aspect and find out what happened to this girl, why this 6-year-old girl was kept out in the wild. So I'm really enjoying reading this. I can't wait to tell you a bit more about it when I've finished it. But it's Kristin Hannah. I love their books, and I think this is a gorgeous, gorgeous book. I am starting Reckless by Cornelia Funk today, but I haven't read it yet, so I can't really talk about it. But I started last night Celebrations at the Chateau by Jo Thomas. You all know I love Jo Thomas's books, and I must admit, I got about a quarter of the way through last night, over a quarter way through last night, and it's a good cosy contemporary set in France again. Although she loves doing these books set in France, Jo Thomas does. And at first you start off with these 3 sisters who go to, in fact, discover they've inherited this chateau. And one of them, Fliss, is like the youngest, and sort of, she basically falls in love with the chateau. And her sisters want to sell it, but she falls in love with it. And there's this guy there, Jacques, who is like a bit mysterious. You can see there's going to be a romance there. But it's a really good, cosy contemporary, and I really, really enjoyed it. I'm really, really enjoying it. So, reading that later. So, this week already I've read 7 books, which isn't as much as last week, but it's, well, good. I have read a shorty book though, so that's probably what helped. That's because I've got a lot of longer books on the go this month. Don't know whose mad idea that was. But I've got 2 4 stars, 2 4.5 stars, and 3 5 stars. So when I say this reading month is going well, it's going flipping amazing. So the first one is my Agatha, which is my Agatha, and it's my last one I'm going to have a little break until December. I've decided I'm going to read an Agatha in December because it's normally like the Christie's Missing Readathon, but I think it's because December is around about the month when Agatha Christie went missing, I believe. So I'm going to have a little break and then read one then, and then I'm just going to see when I feel like it. But this is a Marple case. This is Pocket Full of Rye. It is a short book. It's less than 200 pages. The only thing that I think dropped it is a good mystery. I didn't guess the killers, didn't guess any of that. And obviously I love Agatha. The only thing was we didn't meet Miss Jane Marple until nearly halfway through. And I was like, why is this classed as a Marple book? You're not meeting her until nearly halfway through. And yes, she's brilliant. We love Marple. I'm more of a Poirot fan. But anyway, and this is about, and it's basically like A Pocket Full of Rye do you remember the song Bill and Sensitive Sick? But can't tell you the song, it's in here. But Rex Fortescue is the king of the financial empire, and he was sipping tea in his counting house when he suffered an agonising and sudden death. On later inspection, the pockets of the deceased were found to have contained traces of cereal. And then there are other people that died. It's quite a good mystery. It is good. It's fast-paced. I love Agatha Christie. But yeah, I think we should have met Miss Marple a little bit sooner. Then to my library book, and this is Anton de Beck's Monte Carlo by Moonlight. And apparently this is actually the sequel to Doodah, the Royal Doodah. Why can I not think? My brain isn't. The Royal Show, which I got sent as a proof copy from a publisher's last year or the year before. And this is actually the sequel to that, which I should have read the Royal Show more recently because I couldn't remember that bit. I've got he's got 2 series on the go, so that series, and it's also got the Buckingham series. So this is the Forsyth family series. So I didn't even know this was coming out. So I found it at the library, and I thought, oh, why not? You know, and it is a good one. Just because it's Forsyth, it's still a very, very good book, and it's more of a mystery. And you go to the glitz of Monte Carlo, and it's glitz and glamour, and there's definitely more of the mystery element in this. Sorry, I've got a sneeze. And Princess Grace of Monaco has invited the world-famous Forsyth Variety Company to perform at her annual High Society ball. Monaco is the heat of in preparation for the Grand Prix, which is like a big thing over there in the 1960s. And then Ed Forsyth is like the leader of the Forsyth show in this, and it's quite their family. And when her daughter Evie Forsyth meets Formula One driver Charles, their chemistry is unforgettable, and a passionate love affair arrives. Meanwhile, her brother Cal Forsyth is on location with Hollywood's biggest star, his new glittering career shaken by the arrival of a stranger from his past. It is good, family, mystery, historical fiction. Really did enjoy it. Good 4-star book. But that one's going to the library. That one's getting kept because it's Agatha. I always keep my Agatha. Then to my autumn book. I've got the next 2 books are autumn books actually. Oh, actually, I've done the boo-boo. Didn't stack it right. And this is Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. Look at this beautiful book. I read this pretty quickly. And this is basically, it's connected to Out on a Limb because it's got characters about Out on a Limb in it. So I do recommend you read Out on a Limb first. I read that for the Spoonies, and that's perfect for Spoonies. And this has got sort of the follow-up sort of thing, but it's about 2 different characters, Sarah and Caleb Linwood, who are basically, they're like high school sweethearts. We meet them in the first book and we love them. It is a saucy romance. It's 4.5 stars. It is a saucy romance, but I actually found there's not too much sauce in this one, which I quite liked. I actually think the storylines are really good. And basically they're having their relationship's having hit a big time blip. And it's unexpected for Caleb, but Sarah's like wondering who she was because she met him when like high school sweethearts and stuff. And she doesn't know where her life's going. She was like, went from looking after her mother who was very poorly to then being a wife, and she didn't find herself. And this is quite an interesting book about that. And they go off on this wildlife camping trip, and lots happens, and it's a really, really good book. I love this author's work. I've got 1 more of her books on my shelves, and I'm just going to keep picking them up because she writes great books. She does a bit about disability rep in this, but not very much. It does talk about mental health. It talks about loads of different great characters. She's a great, great author, and I thoroughly recommend this if you like autumny, saucy romances with friendships and deeper themes within it. Definitely pick that up. Keepy. And then to one that is 4.5 stars, but I am going to give this back. I'm going to give this one to Charity Shop because it's one that Charlie gave me. It's The Invincible Summer of Juniper Jones, and it's a historical fiction. I don't know if it would count for shorty. It's like, for me, it's less than 300 pages, so for my books, it would count for shorty, but it depends on what everyone classes as short books. For me, it's anything less than 300. And this is historical fiction, but it's like a middle grade YA historical fiction. And it's about after I met Juniper, nothing was ever the same again. It's set in 1955, and this is predominantly about racism and about what it was like over in America over that time. And I'm sure it was really bad here, but it's set, this lead character of this is mixed race, and he gets sent to his aunt and uncle's place in the small town of Alabama, and the racism there is very rife, and the neighbours are making him feel very unwelcome. But then he meets the lovely Juniper Jones, and who's kind and open and accepting, and shows him that anything is possible. And it's a very destroying book. It will break you into pieces. Very hard hitting, very emotional, but very, very good. And I thought this was brilliant, but I really want other people to read that. Then to my 3 5-stars, and all of these are what I call incredible books. All of these are books that I would thoroughly recommend to everyone. The first one is actually the most recent book that I finished, and this is In the Lives of Puppets by T.J. Klune. I love T.J. Klune's books. I really have. I've read it in The House in the Cerulean Sea. I've read Under the Whispering Door. I've only read one of the Wolfsong books, but I need to read more of them because I've got them on my shelves. I've got the Green Creek series, so I've got to read Raven Song and Heart Song, and I know that Brother Song's coming out. It's out in paperback now, so I need to buy that soon. But I think I've literally read all of their books. The only one I didn't keep, the only one I didn't buy is the Bones Beneath My Skin. And that's because it's very sci-fi. But then this was sci-fi, and I wasn't sure. I didn't like the Bones Beneath My Skin as much as I like this. This is sci-fi, but it's kind of got Pinocchio-ish and Swiss Family Robinson vibes. But I loved this. I absolutely loved it. It is sci-fi. But I fell into it like straight away. Like, I love the characters. I didn't think I would like a sci-fi romance, a sci-fi book like this. I didn't think I would connect with the characters. They're all like robots and stuff, and it's in a world where humanity has pretty much disappeared, and it's just a really good book. It's like, if you love the Pinocchio elements, but it wasn't totally Pinocchio. It's really strange how to describe it. Welcome to the heart of the most unusual forest, and it talks about found families and friendships and breaking the odds and fighting for what you believe in, fighting for the people you love, and it's just really, really good. A small treehouse has become home to the human named Victor and 3 robots, a pleasantly sadistic nurse machine, a small vacuum desperate for love and attention, and a fatherly inventor android named Giovanni Lawson. Together they are a family, hidden and safe. And then one day, Vic salvages an unfamiliar android labelled Hap and learns that he and Geo share a very dark past. And then this is their journey, and bad stuff happens and good stuff happens, and it's exciting and thrilling, and you won't want to put it down, and I just absolutely loved every second of it. Then to an obvious 5-star, it's Anne of Green Gables. It's my reread, but it's my pretty copy, and this was a cosy book I need. I love Anne of Green Gables. It is probably, I think, if I'm being honest now, it's probably my second favourite book ever. And I could just reread it over and over again. I might read it another couple of years. It has made me want to read Anne of Avonlea next. But I'm not going to do a set project of when I'm going to do it, but I think I'm just going to pick that up. And this is just a good book. We all know about Anne of Green Gables. And there's a gorgeous quote at the back of this. Life is worth living as long as there is laugh in it. And that is hell of a lot true. Anne's story is just incredible. There are bits that make you cry. There are bits that make you laugh. Anne as a character develops so much over this book. And I love her. And I love the settings. And I love the friendships. And I love the found family. And I just absolutely love Anne of Green Gables. I could talk about it forever and a day, but I don't want to on this video. But this is just a brilliant, brilliant book. You should read it. Everyone should read it. And then last but not least, my buddy read, which was with Berna from Berna's Bookish Adventures. This is Dear Miss Lake by AJ Pierce. It is the final book in the series. Again, it destroyed me. It made me cry at points. It talks about the end of the war and what was happening at the end of the war, and it has different parts for our other book. We obviously have Emmy in this is the lead character. We have a friend Bunty. We have lots of other characters that are in other books, so I can't talk about them too much. But there is romance, there is friendship, there is fighting for what you believe in, and there is a strong female protagonist. I absolutely love this, and I think she smashed the end of the series, and she tied everything up so flipping brilliantly. She smashed it out of the park with this book, and I thoroughly, thoroughly loved it. I love buddy reading with Berna. I just got the most beautiful copy. Mum is going to love reading this. And it's just one, if you like historical fiction book, read the series, but you've got to read the whole series in order. So that's what I've been reading. This video is not going to be ridiculously long because I'm back at Baz Books today. So yes, that's the first April thing. Today I go back to Baz Books after my summer holidays, and I'm really looking forward to it. Got to pop to work to deliver some things there, and I've got to go. I might pop to the works. Although, for those of you that have seen the holiday, the Henley vlog, I may have bought like quite a few books there, and then kind of went to Crowthorne to get a tumble dryer, which, yeah, that's another thing I'm thankful for. We got a tumble dryer arriving today, and we have had the whole summer and the end of the winter without one, and I've discovered how much I bloody need it with 2 kids. So yeah, that's coming that day. But yeah, we went to Crowthorne. I ended up buying like 2 more books. So I have, at the point of filming this, like had 17 or 18 books, but we're not going to go there. I'm going to try and limit it. Like if I go to the work today, I'm allowed like 1 book, 1 or 2 books. I'm going to try and stick to like 3-ish before the end of the month. But we're filming this on like the 18th. We've still got another week at least, week and a half to 2 weeks. Yeah, look, maybe I'll set myself a limit of like 20 to 25, because then that's a bit more practical. I was saying I was going to be good this month. That ended up going right out the window. But we did have a great time in Henley. My brain is, I'm sorry, the end of this video is scatty and dotty, and it's very me. We did have a great time in Henley. I hope you all enjoy the vlog. If you watch it, I will link the vlog down below. We had a great time. It was great being family, and we had a lovely meal at the end. We had a lovely family chatty time. It was brilliant. My reading chairs over there is back in use, because I've not really been out in the garden very much because the weather's not been amazing this week. So, but I am loving sitting back in my cosy reading chair. I've got the hoodie back on. I've got my hoodies back on. I'm enjoying that bit. Yes, I'm looking forward to going back to Bass Books today. And one of the books I didn't show you in there is that one of my favourite authors of all time's latest book came out last week, all wrapped up by Heidi Swain. Normally she does a Christmas book, but this time she decided to do an autumn one. So this will be read in November, because my October TBR, as you well know, is Mahousin. And it's set in Wimbridge at the heart of summer. And it's breeze and love in the air. And it's a Wimbridge book. I love this author's books, and I love that. So it was a great sort of treat. I am trying to think about what emoji, because I have not planned this. Sometimes I plan my emojis. There you go. If you got to the end of this video, do me an autumn leaf emoji. What are you reading at the moment? What have you been reading? What have you been up to this last week? I love chatting to you all in the comments down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, not subscribe yet, bring on my ding-a-ling, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.